Hey Sarah, how are we doing?
Hey Ogo, I'm well. How are you?
Hey Cynthia, nice to meet you.
You too, you too.
And it's such a pleasure to be with you today. I want to say a huge welcome back to season two. Congratulations. What did you make of the fan reaction from the first season, if you heard any of it?
I heard some of it. It's not something that I follow so carefully, but I know we were very controversial, and I know there was a lot of debate about, Che and Miranda leaving Steve and all that kind of stuff. And I guess, our original show, one of the things about it was it always got people talking, got people talking about relations between men and women and relations, what went on in the bedroom and what could go on in the bedroom, what should or shouldn't go on in the bedroom. And so, we're no stranger to controversy, and that's true of the new show as well.
How is
Thank
this
you.
series bigger and better than the last one?
Wow. Well, I can't speak for other scenes that I'm not in, but the scenes that I was in, we dive deeper into Che Diaz's vulnerability. We see sides of them we did not see in season one. We see them confront a lot of situations and truths they did not expect to have to confront, both with their work and with Miranda.
This
But yeah, this is season one was described by MPK as the cover of the book. And then he described season two as we're going into the book. We're reading the book now. We're going deep. And so that's what we attempted to do. That was the goal.
Well, speaking of scenes that you were in, we need to talk about that kitchen scene.
That was the best feeling I've ever had in my life.
Like, what was it like, obviously, filming that? How many times did you rehearse it? And just tell me the details.
It's not just about what the actors are doing. It's also about, wait, the light's off. Wait, there's a shadow over there. Wait, we can see the boom mic. Wait, there's so many reasons for why you have to reset and do it again. And also, we shot many different angles. But it's not as glamorous or as sexy as people imagine it to be. Sadly, I hate to disappoint you all, but there's like 50 people behind the camera doing their jobs and doing an exceptional job at what they do in order to make us look good, in order to tell the story. So it's awkward. It's like you're delivering the deliverables. Cynthia was actually directing the following episode. Um, and so we actually shot some of what appeared in her episode that same day. So if you remember, there was the kitchen scene, but then the next episode, Miranda has flashbacks to the
Mm.
kitchen scene. And so it's like Che is floating in like just white light saying things, and it's Miranda's, remembrance of so we shot that the same day as well. And that was so funny because what it takes to film that, if you're in the room, it looks ridiculous. It looks hilarious. It's so funny and
Yeah.
awkward.
I just spoke to Sarah and she was telling me about how unsexy filming that kitchen scene was. So, do you want to talk me through that? What was your perspective on that day?
Yeah, I mean, it was like we knew what a big deal it was. We know and how it was, out of control, drunk, unexpected in your friends in your friend's kitchen. But I think it was, I mean, I love filming it, and it was such an incredible moment, for Miranda. It was a moment of her, diving off a cliff, and then the enormous fight with Carrie that followed. Like, I think of those two scenes together, that you almost can't separate them, because
Mhm.
you know Miranda dives off the cliff, and then she and Carrie have it out about, what is this? What are you doing? What's happening? What's the drinking? What is all this crazy
Yeah.
behavior? And then Miranda finally cops for the first time to her friend and maybe to herself about how deeply unhappy she's been for so long.
It was, yeah, it's almost like she was had a period of like free falling, you
Yeah.
know? Obviously, upon joining the show, I mean, is there anything that surprised you in joining this world? And yeah, like I guess take me back to when you first knew that you were going to be part of this iconic, franchise. Because I was talking to Karen and we were just saying how and Sarita, like Sex and the City and just like that, like I feel like it's part of culture. Like the amount of people that I've heard that say like I need to have my Carrie Bradshaw moment in New York. Like it's part of culture and it's defined a lot of, young women's lives and even men or just in general. So yeah, what was it like,
Yeah, I saw the show, the original, when I had first moved to New York to go to school to study acting. And so I fell in love with New York even more through the show because it's almost like a fourth character next to the ladies. And I really loved the focus on friendship, lifting up friendship above romantic relationships and sexual relationships, lifting up the notion that if you don't identify as a man, you can also be sexually empowered in the bedroom. That I really appreciated. And then there was the fashion of it all. There's the escapism of it all. Most people can't afford what any of these people are wearing, and so, but it's so fun, right, to wrap ourselves up in the escape of this like fabulousness. And what I love about the structure of the writing is that no one gets to experience like something really great without a pie in their face 2 seconds later. And so the acknowledgement of how messy humanity can be, about how hilarious life can be with what it throws at us, I thought was captured really well. And so it was really exciting to think that the very privileged universe of Sex and the City would open up to include more people that exist in the world. But again, like the new characters on the show, Che Diaz included, no one's an outlier in this privileged universe. Even the marginalized communities represented are the most privileged of the marginalized communities. So no one's an outlier in this very privileged universe. And I love that. Everyone gets to be a part of this fantasy. And everyone gets to be a part of the messy human experience.
Now, Cynthia, you're like an OG member of the original series and the franchise. And do you remember your first ever day on the set of Sex
I
and the
think I do. I think I
Really?
do. I think it was a scene with Sarah Jessica, and we were like at a restaurant or a club or something, and she was using a payphone. Do we remember when there were payphones? You're too young. You maybe don't. But it was that my very first scene. I don't remember what happened in the scene, but I remember it was a scene of me and Sarah Jessica standing in a tiny little area, and I think she was trying to make a call with putting a dime in the phone or a quarter in the phone or whatever it was.
Oh my God, not a dime and a payphone. I don't think I've ever witnessed that with my eyes. I've only seen it in TV and film. And obviously, I mean, there's been some talks of Samantha coming back in some form of cameo appearance. But for you, I mean, A, are you excited for fans to see, what is to come of that? And B, are there any other classic Sex and the City characters that you would love to see make a cameo comeback?
Oh my goodness. I feel like we've brought back some wonderful ones like Bitsy von Muffling and Susan Sharon. I would like to see Blair Underwood, I have to say.
Okay.
I wonder what's become of him. Did he get married? Did he have children? Is he still a doctor for the Knicks? What's happening with him? I would like to see that.
I love that. And yeah, that can season 3. Let's explore that. And I was saying to Sarita and Sarah, come to London. And just like that, season 3, set in London, Blair Underwood's gonna come back. Let's make it happen.
Sounds good to me. I gotta say.
Thank you so much, Sarah. I've been told to wrap, but this was lovely. Can we just do this again for season 3, please? See you soon.
Thank you.